Sir, we got Combos with Cam episode 5, and I got my guy Dr. Bams pulling up. Emphasis on the doctor. You better put some respect on his name. He's gonna show you how to travel for free. He's another beast in the credit space, so he has a lot of things that he does within the credit space, but specifically, he's a beast when it comes to the travel hacks, learning how to travel for free. You know what I'm saying? So whether you want to do solo travels, whether you want to go on a vacation, whether you want to do both, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna learn all that today. Let's get it. Super productive Monday. Mondays are my favorite days of the week. Right, sets the momentum for the rest of the week. Let's see. Oh my God, Bams.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
what's up, my man? How you doing?
What up? Chilling. Shout out to everybody joining. Shout out to everybody pulling up. You know, every Mondays we have convos with Cam. I definitely love to highlight entrepreneurs, especially entrepreneurs who's killing it in the game. And I think, Dr. Bams is he's definitely a very unique one, right? Because he does a lot, right?
Yeah.
Right, he doing from the options, right? As emphasis on the doctor, right? Make sure you put back on his name, right? He's physical therapy, right?
Yeah,
You're a physical therapist.
therapist, man.
Physical,
Physical therapist.
you
What's
do,
up, bro? Yeah,
I know the jujitsu, the travel. We're gonna get into all of
yeah, man.
that. We're gonna get into that. Oh man, let's get it. Yo, Raja, what's going on? What's up? Yo, what's going on, bro? How's your day going?
Good, man. Good. Just tired. Just finished seeing my last client, and I'm just here. I had some dinner real quick, and no, man, I'm just beat, bro.
All right. Yo, I definitely want to know, and we're gonna get right into it. So I definitely want to know, like, to balance everything, right? Because I feel like somebody like myself, like, I just do the funding and of course, some of the credit repair, but that's just like that's all I really do, right? You do a little bit of funding, a little bit of credit repair that you get into. We're gonna talk about that, the traveling, and
Yeah,
then you have your own job still. So like, how do you even like manage everything?
it's fucking terrible, bro. I recommend not having a girlfriend. That's definitely key. So
I can't relate. Shout out to
support,
wifey.
supportive friends, family, and just there's a will, there's a way. You figure it out. You know what I mean? 24 hours in a day, I can do it. Anyone can do it, but it's just the scheduling stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's hard because people constantly like you know how it is. If you have a client, he's ready right now, and now he's not, and then you're waiting, and then something comes up. So
Yeah.
industry, whatever you gotta do, the more flexible you are, the better. The better your opportunities of just being understanding. So I realize since I don't have a 9 to 5 set thing, I got to be flexible and ready to go on the win whenever anything happens.
Yeah. So what are your hours like then? So you don't work a regular 9 to 5. So like, what is a typical day in the life of like BAMS?
Like for instance, right today, I mean, I kind of I didn't work. Went to work out this morning. Try to do some editing at like 7:38. Try to trade stocks from like 9 till 9:30 to like whenever I win, or if I lose, I just fucking close my laptop, hate myself for a bit. Then I have my clients, so I'm a physical therapist. I work with anybody. I've done hospitals, clinics, athletes. So now what I do is that I work with little kids, little babies, and then house calls. Like, hey, I hurt my back or something happened. So it's kind of like whenever I text them the night before, hey, when you guys free? Cool. All right. And then I just go see them. And then in the meantime, I try to market, meet anyone who needs anything for credit. People are calling me up like, yo.
Alone.
I always get the random text, yo, I got a collections notice today. Yo, I'm getting sued. That happened literally today. What do I do? I'm not even my client yet. But I'm like, I got you, but I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
Other people like, yo, I'm trying to go on vacation. What do I do? Or, yo, what card do I use? Yo, I just saw your United post. That just happened to me. What do I do? You know what I mean? So, like, it's just constantly trying to bring out information. Then when I get home, I try to organize for content for the week. I got funding clients trying to help the credit repair, or most likely everyone's always hitting me up like, yo, I want to go on this vacation. When should I go? But the secret is, no matter what credit card you want, you have to have good credit to get the cards I'm recommending.
Thank you.
But
emphasis on credit. Emphasis on credit.
You know what I mean? Like you can't, and if you don't have good credit, hit one of us up. We'll fix your shit and we'll get you whatever funding, vacation. We'll teach you the ways. But a lot of people are like, oh my, I have this card. I'm like, bro, that card doesn't do anything. Better than a debit card, but it still doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? So I mean, I just people always tell me like, yo, I saw your post on Capital One. I mean on the Chase.
Yeah,
But I don't
yeah,
have
yeah.
that card. I'm like, that promotion's only with Chase. And there's nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, American Express does their promotion, Citibank does their promotions,
Mm-hmm.
but that promotion is only there. And someone asked me like, hey, so what's the benefit? I'm like, it's not the benefit. It's just that you're getting the same flight for less because they're giving you a bonus. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like, but
exactly.
they're like, you know, so I'm trying to break it down into more simple terms. But at the end of the day, in order for you to get into this travel hacking game on points,
Mm-hmm.
key is you need to have the correct card.
Thank
Without
you.
the card,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it. You know, and there's a bunch of cards that give you points. The thing is that you need good credit to get approved for these cards. That's number one. But once you got that, the whole shift that I'm trying to do is teach people like, look, you don't like, for instance, yesterday I had a client. They're like, hey, I don't really like using my credit card. I use my debit card. I'm like, okay, how much do you spend a month?
That's disgusting, though.
I was like, look, if you don't want to use your credit card and you have the money, use my credit card. I'll get the points and just sell me the cash.
Yeah.
Sounds stupid. Exactly. So it's like, you know, and I mean, listen, there's people who they don't like to travel. Maybe they have kids that's not on their fine, but you need travel cards. You have cash cards, right? I tell you, what's better, 1% cash back or 2% cash back?
Of course, 2.
What's better, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5? It's simple.
Yeah.
So like, but how do you? A lot of my clients are like, how do you decide what card? I'm like, it's simple. If I go to the restaurant, card A gives me 5%, this one gives me 1%. What do you use?
Of course, the 5. Yeah. It's really simple. It's really simple. I think people like things, and I think, you know, also too, I think a lot of people think there's a one size fits all when it comes to credit cards, right? Really, it's like a lot of people, like the worst question I get is like, yo, bro, what's the best credit card to get? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll go to the gym. You crazy, bro. You crazy. What's going on, Chris? That's my guy. He's a beast in credit repair too.
Who?
He's a credit repair. So we all got to tap in. But yo, real quick, we got about 7-8 people on here who would like to learn how to travel for free. Drop a 1 in the chat if you would like to learn how to travel for free. And then of course, hit the arrow on the top. Hit the drop down. Make sure you follow my guy, Dr. Bams. He drops a lot of great free game when it comes to learning how to travel, understanding, you know, how to use points to travel for free and things like that. So we're definitely going to get into that. But okay, yeah, we got some ones in the chat. But yeah, bro, I think that's like the worst question you can ask, because if you're talking to somebody who, you know, who doesn't travel a lot, you got people telling them to get the platinum card. You know what I'm saying? Which is stupid, because you may prefer the gold card because now you get, you know, 4 points on 4 points per dollar on food. You know, you get the Uber credit and stuff like that. It's really a case by case basis.
Yeah, most people always hit me up with what card should I get? And all the cards I recommend, they have annual fee straight up.
Yeah.
So Sebastian, don't use Credit One. Don't use Secure Bank, please. Don't even sign up for that. None of the secure cards, nothing. They're a worse bank. But it's simple. I always tell people lifestyle, right? There's cards that, like the Amex Platinum, that's a $695 annual fee, right?
And it's hefty.
It's hefty.
That
right?
shit hefty when it hits, bro. When that shit hits,
and it hits the first billing cycle. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So the thing with that is that if you travel a lot, it's worth it. If you don't travel a lot, there's still benefit from it. If you have money, it justifies itself. And I can teach you how you can get $1,500 worth of value with that card. If it is something that you do naturally, great. If that's something you can change your life to get the benefit from, cool. If not, that card's not for you. Like for travel, hands down, the top 3 are going to be the premier ones. Okay. Because these all come with lounge access, global entry, all the perks. The order doesn't matter. Amex Platinum, $695 a year. Okay. Chase Sapphire Reserve, $550. Capital Venture X is going to be $395, right?
Not bad.
So all 3 of those can essentially do the same thing. City, I used to have a card, but they changed it, so now they have the Premier. It's like a middle tier one, but they don't give you any lounge access and stuff like that. So those things right there are going to be worth it. So someone's like, I don't want to pay $395. I'm like, okay, you don't have to. Yeah. But it's like, to me, right? You guys work out, you go to the gym. If anyone's ever tuning in has been to a gym, Gym A, Planet Fitness, right? Nothing wrong with Planet Fitness. It has weights. You can come in there. They give you, the tanning.
Give you free pizza
They
on
give
Fridays.
pizza, right? There's nothing wrong. That's one, right? And then you got the Equinox, right? You got the you have the basketball court. You have the pool. You have the sauna. You have the yoga class, daycare. What you're paying at Equinox, they work out for you. If you know what I mean. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. But like when you go to a gym, you're not going to be like, oh, your gym comes with a basketball. Oh, it comes with a pool. It's complimentary in the card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some cards like Amex's has so many endless things that people don't know about. Like for instance, my today's post, I had a United thing, right?
Okay.
Oh, I said like if you got delayed, you can do the reimbursement. I have to make another post because I pay with my Amex. And Amex, some people might not know this. They have a partner with AIG. They cover 2 trips a year, $500 limit. If you have any trip delays or any interruptions, they can cover up to $500. So I submit the claim.
Yeah.
And because I pay with my Amex card, they're going to reimburse me either the ticket or any expenses up to $500 twice a year. So it doesn't matter if you still go with United. I pay with my Amex because it gives me 5 points.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go on a United flight. What I'm paying for and what happens with the airline are 2 different things. So if United doesn't reimburse me, I'm still going to get reimbursed from Amex. But people like, I'm not going to pay $695. All right, what if they reimburse me $500? That just paid for like 97% of my.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't recommend it if you're not traveling as much. So like a gym. Some gyms come with saunas, some come with jacuzzis, with pools. But even if you don't use it, it still comes complimentary in your membership.
Yeah.
Right? So these credit cards have endless perks. Some perks are designed for travel. Some are designed for purchase protection, for insurance. Some are designed for cash back. Every card has a different rule. And I'm not going to tell you get this card for this. Like, get the card that serves your needs or your.
Exactly. Right. So when it comes to the travel, right? So say, somebody like myself, because I'm somebody that's really not educated when it comes to the travel hacks. Of course, like the basic stuff, lounge access and like transfer portals, right? So somebody like myself, because there's definitely a lot of people on here, who like don't even know where to start, right? So you mentioned you have the platinum card, you have the Chase Sapphire Reserve, right? I don't know the
Reserve. These are the top premier cards. Okay. You don't need the top premier cards, all right? So the key thing is, no matter what you start, once again, I disclose this. Have good credit. Don't apply, get denied, and be like, yo, fuck this guy, Bam, told me to apply. Good credit. If you're going to apply for Chase, I'm sure you know about the 5 and 24 rule. For those who don't know, if you apply for more than 5 accounts in the past 24 months, Chase might not approve you.
Denied for the most part.
Yeah, so if you're falling under this, don't apply for Chase. Maybe do an Amex. If you haven't, apply for a Chase card because they're really good. So the key thing is that no matter what card you have, each card has a design for different things. They're called multipliers. 3% cash back, 3 points, whatever. Some are good for food, for groceries, shipping, travel, whatever. I would always pick a card that will naturally give you more points for your natural lifestyle and your natural spending habits, okay? Then once again, like I opened up a card, had to pay my taxes. I was going to spend the money, so I'm like, fuck it, let me sign up for this card, get a sign-up bonus, boom. That was, but if you treat your credit card like a debit card, then if you're going to make a big, like if you're going to have to pay a big expense, the fastest way to get miles or points is a sign-up bonus, which basically is that whenever you sign up for a card, they entice you with an offer saying spend $4,000 in 6 months or $4,000 in 3 months. If you know you're going to spend $4,000, open the card. It's 3 points. It could be 60,000, 80,000, 90, whatever the promotion is. That's the fastest way. And then on top of your natural spend, if it's food, let's say food, then whatever card gives you the most for food, use that for food. And then eventually you're going to have endless points. And then for as far as currencies, each bank has their own currency, right? So Amex, like for instance, if I have Amex points, they don't convert to Chase points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts.
So Amex has something called membership rewards, MR. Yeah. So if you have the American Express cash back, it's a good card for cash back, but they don't give you membership rewards, so you can't use that for points. Yeah. Any card that qualifies as a membership reward will earn a point. Okay, that's Amex. Chase has ultimate rewards, right?
Okay, for points.
For a point. That's that's their currencies, right? So for them, you got to remember that like as long as it's a Chase card, the Freedom Flex, that earns that reward. If you have a Chase United or a Chase Hyatt, those won't go. It has to be a non-co-branded card. A Citibank has Citi Thank You points.
Okay.
And Capital One, I think it's just Capital One. I don't think they have a name for it. Mm-hmm. So as long as one of the biggest hacks is, which is going to be great for funding, a lot of these banks have difectas and trifectas, which basically means that if you have 2 or 3 cards that earn it, each company will pull them all into one bank. So if you have, like for instance, if you have the Amex Platinum, the Gold, whether personal or business, the Ink Plus, the Everyday, whatever, all those credit cards, all those points pull into one bank.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the best part I like about regular cards that don't have that just have these flexible, I call them flexible currencies, because you can convert those points to either cover your bill, which I don't recommend.
Yeah, same.
Cash, if you want cash. Yeah. Gift cards, which sometimes have relationships with like Amazon, PayPal, where like at the end of your checkout, you can convert your stuff. That's an option. You can use their portal, which is kind of like everyone's own Travelocity or Orbitz within their own bank. It has something called transfer partners, which is what we use. Where every bank has relationships with certain transfer partners, right? And the play with this is that you need to have, a card that can unlock the transfer availability and give you those bonuses, right? So like right now, Amex has 30% transfer bonus for Iberia and British Airways, right?
Okay.
So 1,000 points is 1,300 points now if you transfer it over.
Yeah, 30%, right?
Exactly. For those who don't know the math, take 1,000 times or whatever points times 1.30. Or if you see a trip that needs 50,000 points and you don't have it, just divide that by 1.30, and that's going to need the points that you need to transfer, right? That, and then you're going to get on the same flight for super cheap. You know what I mean? So you don't have to transfer in the same amount. You can just transfer enough, right? And when you're getting on those flights, it's going to be a huge saver because now you're getting on that flight for close to nothing. And all you do is pay for taxes, right? And then, so that's that. Chase has one the same thing, but most people don't know that Chase, when you get the cashback cards like the Freedom Flex or the Freedom Unlimited or even the business cash, they say spend $6,000 in 3 months and you get $750.
Yeah.
In reality, you are getting $750, but it's not cash. It's ultimate reward points, which basically means that times 1 cent is 75,000 points.
Yeah.
It converted to cash is equivalent to $750. But if you have one of their Chase's travel cards, the Ink Preferred, the Sapphire Reserve, or the Sapphire Preferred, you can move from one card to the next card.
Yeah.
You can take the $750 and change it to 75,000. And 75,000, bro. Like my boy right now, he's trying to go to Turkey, and I told him I'll hook you up. I found a 70,000 points to go from here to Turkey, United, and Istanbul. Turkish Airways. Those tickets alone on business class are like basically somewhere between $4,000 to $8,000. That's business class. Yeah. So you can either take the $750 or the business class ticket.
Yeah. 4,000 a flight.
I can't tell you what to do. I can only recommend is things happen, your car might break down, whatever. But if that's the case, I would still buy the ticket, sell the ticket for it's $5K, give me 3, whatever. And it's still more value than
more money off of that too.
There's times people broker their points. Like, oh, yo, you want to fly somewhere? Oh, I'll sell you my points.
Yeah.
Give whatever you want, and then that's it. Because it's still cheaper than the flight. So then that works the same thing with Citibank. The thing is that you need one of their transfer cards to unlock the capability of combining points.
Yeah.
With the Chase place, you can have both.
Favorite. So Chase, so when it comes to the travel, who are the top banks? I know American Express, everybody talk about.
I would say, and personally speaking, Chase is the most user friendly.
Okay.
Amex, I think, is one of the better ones because Amex has more relationships. They have 14 or 15 airlines and hotels. Chase has 12. and then Capital One has like 10 or 11, and then down the list. So there's nothing wrong with that because a lot of them share the same relationships, but some don't. So it's almost like you go into the bank. I need to withdraw money with my debit card. All they have is TD, but you have Bank of America, right? You can't. Yeah. So for me, it's like I have TD, Bank of America. I have a card in each thing. So I have every single thing. Hey, I want to go here. They have a relationship with, like, for instance, United has relationships with Chase, right? But if I have American Express, you can't like get a Chase flight because they don't transfer to them, right?
Yeah.
So that's why Chase is better, right? And then if you want to do Delta, Delta has a relationship with Amex. You can't transfer points from Delta from Chase to Delta, right?
So would you be able to use like the portals? I mean, not necessarily the portals for that, but damn, there was a website that I saw. It's like a graph that shows like what.
Yeah, so like it basically tells you. So each bank has a list of their transfer partners, right? So the thing is that like if one of your flights isn't on that, like for instance, Chase goes to Hyatt for hotels, right? American Express only does Hilton and Marriott. So I can't transfer points from American Express to get the Chase Hyatt, right? So that's why if you have one Chase card, you have access to everything Chase has. You have one American Express card, everything American Express has, right? But in my advanced strategies, I can still teach people how to get a United flight through Amex, booking not through United, but through one of their transfer partners.
Yeah.
Because every partner is part of something called an alliance, right? The three major alliances is
let's talk about it.
One World, Star Alliance, and Sky Team. Those are the three major ones. There's other small ones, right? So what I do is like perfect, right? I'm gonna pretend you, me, and Sebastian or different airlines, right? So I'm gonna be like, yo, I want to go to Sebastian's airline.
Yeah.
But my car doesn't. But you and me have a relationship, and you and Sebastian have a relationship. So I'm gonna use my stuff to get to you to get to Sebastian.
Yeah.
It is. But that strategy is a little bit more advanced. But I can give you a gem. Like for instance, if I want to go to if I want to take a United flight, you need Chase or Bill or a Chase card. I mean a United credit card. But if I'm gonna use Amex, a way you can do it is you have to transfer your points to one of United's partners on their alliance. And
okay, I got
you.
Then, I got.
If you look at that graph, you say, "Oh, who here is a partner with United that also I can transfer my points in with Amex?" In this example,
middleman.
Exactly.
It's like almost
who's the middleman? Who's the middleman that accepts both? So then I'm like, all right, I know United is part of Star Alliance. So you have Singapore Airlines, you have Aero Canada, you have Avianca Life Miles, and you can be like, okay, which one of these three offers that flight? And if they all offer it, great. Now you look deeper. Which one of these three offer the least amount of points? They're all the same flight. Yeah. And then another step further, you're gonna look at it like, all right, which one of these offers the least amount of tax?
Okay. Yeah.
And then you pick from there. And then you can still get on. Like there's times I was able to get on a United flight through Amex, through their partner, and it was cheaper than going through United.com, and I have an account with United.com.
It'd be like that.
So, yeah. Like if you saw my video with British Airways about going to Miami,
I was fired.
So it was like, bro, it's $5.60. A cup of coffee costs more than my fucking flight to Miami. You know what I mean? So it's just like, it's like, you want breakfast or you want to go to Miami? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a fact. Yeah, because I definitely want to, start getting back on the traveling stuff. Because I don't really travel like that, but definitely want to start traveling. I don't know if my girl's somewhere here. She loved to travel, right? So I definitely want to start, taking vacations off the point. So I definitely want to establish that. So you said that for the most part, you have Chase, Amex, you have Citi, they have their thank you points, stuff like that. Now, when it comes to, like funding, right? Because, me, I'm on here do funding. Now, what are some cards that kind of like cross collaborate with each other where, they're good for funding, but they're also good for like the traveling stuff? Of course, you got the platinums, but, there's definitely more cards out there that kind of give like the best of both worlds.
So when it comes to business credit cards that you use for funding or regular business, the Amex Gold and Platinum, the personal and the business, they both have the same power when it comes to traveling.
Okay.
If you have the personal gold, they'll give you like credits for personal stuff. The business will be like business related, right?
Yeah.
So like that's a big plus, right? But the fact that you have either one of those cards, you'll get all the benefits for traveling. So as long as you have one of them, you're good. It unlocks. You have the platinum or the gold. It unlocks everything that Amex has to offer. Right?
Okay.
So as long as you have those two, right? Let's just talk about Amex, then we'll go to Chase.
Okay.
So the other cards that offer membership reward points that are great for funding is the everyday preferred, right?
For that's yeah.
It's 0% for like 12 months.
Wait, for the business side?
The business preferred
Plus.
sorry, business plus.
A blue
personal everyday preferred, not bad. So the business preferred 0%, two MR points per dollar
per dollar.
Up to 50K. So if you spend 50K in a year, that's 100,000 points. Yeah. And like, bro, I'm about to book a flight in November to go to Singapore. I'm gonna be United and then to London and London to Singapore on Singapore Airlines. That ticket alone, I'm telling you on Google, it's $9,000, right? It's gonna cost me 88,000 points, but because of the transfer bonus of the 20%, it's only gonna cost me 70, 75, or 78,000 points. And the tax I'm only going to pay is $100, maybe 110, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still going to use my Amex Platinum because that's going to give me 5 points for that 110. I'm going to go there. I'm going to chill. And then boom. So right there, people are like, oh, I have 100,000 points. Let me go to fucking California for 40,000. I'm like, bro, I just went to fucking the other side of the world for 70,000 points. You're doing this wrong. Yeah. And you do not use the portal ever use the portal for travel.
So which portal are you referring to?
In this case, any one of the portals that they offer. If you go to Amex's portal, like, hey, book a flight, don't use that. Chase's portal, don't use that because they're going to rip you off the points. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because they're going to overcharge you. I mean, you can do it if you want, but most people do that because they don't know how to transfer partner or they don't know alliances and the more advanced strategies that I know. So that's why I always recommend don't do that, right? But that, let's say, for instance, let's say you want to do funding on the personal and the business side. You know, if someone doesn't have that much credit, you can do the everyday preferred card on the personal and the business preferred, right? So those right there are both 0%. So right now, if you want to get someone funding, let's say 10 and 10, that's 20K right there, 0% for 12 months. And they both earn membership reward points, right? So right there, however many points you got, you pull those in. If you have the Amex Gold and Platinum with it, you're just pulling all these points. And whenever these deals, transfer some points in. You don't have to go on a trip right now, but whenever you want to go somewhere, like British Airways is good for Europe and Asia. Okay. But to go to Miami, it's cheaper to go through them than it is to go through American. And I'm on an American flight. Yeah. But you can also, like British Airways has another currency for them is called British Avios. Okay. So if you're an Avios partner, so it's another partnership within the partnership, like a sub partnership. Yeah. Relationships where they can transfer 1 point to another point and it'd be the same thing. So like if I want to go to Qatar, I have to go to Qatar Airways, but Qatar is a partner with British and they both share Avios points. So if I have 100,000 points, I can transfer that to British Airways and get 130,000 points because of the bonus right now.
30%.
Right. And now I can convert that to Qatar to be 130 Avios points on Qatar Airlines. Yeah. Qatar is top 3 best airline, period. You know what I mean? So knowing how to play with those systems is great, right? And that's the Amex play. Now, if you're looking at Chase has their own cards that earn ultimate rewards. On the business side, Business Inc. Business Inc. Cash, Business Unlimited. Yep. And then the Everyday Cash one, the business.
There's another one too. I want to say
the Premier one. Yeah.
The Premier one.
Yeah. So if you're looking at for funding, purely funding, right? The Premier has an annual fee and there's a limit, and then the Inc. Preferred has right now they're doing a bonus where if you spend $8,000 in the first 3 months, they're giving you 100,000 points, right? But if you want to spend 100K, I mean, I'm sorry, if you want to spend the 10K, yeah. But if you're like a new business and you're not sure how you want to liquidate it and you want 0%, the other ones are good. Yeah. But both of those signups for the Business Cash Unlimited is 1.5 points on everything. So if you're a business that doesn't know what categories you're going to hit, that's good because no matter what you spend is 1.5.
Yep.
But the other ones will say, hey, 3% for marketing or 3% for ads or whatever. So if you're going to have a business that runs these multipliers, then that's the card you want to get. And they both have the similar sign-up bonus where it's like spend $6,000 in 3 months, you get $750. But remember, that's technically $75,000
points.
So here I opened both for my credit. I opened one on the unlimited net, and one had a 75,000 and one had a 90,000 sign-up bonus. So right there off the bat, that's
165K.
That's that. And then I opened the Sapphire. If you looked at my video, it was 100,000 sign-up bonus. So right there, I got almost 200 and something thousand points in a matter of 3 months because of just the money I'm going to spend anyway. One, I pay for my taxes. One for a course, 0%. Boom. So right there, off money I'm going to spend. So people look at it like, yo, but you're spending 10K to get back 60,000 points. I'm like, those 60,000 points is worth 10K on a vacation.
Yeah.
For free, if you know the logic and the math behind it. But that's what Chase. As far as other business cards, there are other cards like what's that? Navy Fed. They have their own travel card, but they give you their portal. They give you cash back that you can use for your trips, which is fine. It's still a perk.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You earn enough cash back, you can book a trip through them, but they don't have transfer partners. They have their own like orbits, and then you can use your points to pay for that trip. But there's no relationship.
You're very limited.
Yeah, they're limited.
Yeah, you're very.
Which is good though, because like if you put any flight, they'll just give you a list of airlines, and it applies to that airline. There's no which is still good. But when you're looking at points and points per value, so on average, most points are weighted at 1 cent per point.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the cash equivalents, 100,000 Chase points times 0.01 cent is $1,000.
Yeah.
Right. So when you're booking a flight, you want to beat 1 cent.
Yeah.
Right. So 2 cents is the minimum. Because if not, it's the same deal as you're not getting a deal.
Use the cash.
And the way you factor that is the key equation is you want to look at the miles, the cost of the trip, divide that by the miles. Okay. So right now, if I want to go to this flight, it's going to cost me $9,000 divided by 70,000 points. Means I'm getting 12 cents per point.
So that's way above the two.
That's a great deal. But then let's just say I want to go to Cali. It's $400 cash if I want to pay it like on Google Flights or through United, and it's going to cost me 35,000 points to get there. It's 0.01. That's 1 cent per point. That's not a good redemption.
Nothing. Yeah.
You can use it. It's still a free flight, but for me, I'd rather use my flights for long hauls. I mean, if I see a flight to Colombia and the flight's $200, or I can use points, I'm like, I mean, I could get it, but I'd rather my minimum is 2 cents. Anything higher than 2 cents is a good deal. Once you're in the 8 to 12 cents, that's
yeah. You're killing it.
You're killing it. And the reason you get high cents is because the business class flight itself is worth so much money. All right. And if you're doing the travel hacking, you can do the same place for hotels. Hyatt has different tiers of like superiority, like the Andaz is top, like it's a high ranking. So those you're looking at like $1,300 a night, right? And if you look at let's say I helped the client yesterday, it was $1,300 a night divided by 40,000 points. That's 3 cents per point.
Yeah.
It's still good, but they're getting a $1,300 room for 40,000 points, when in reality it's 40,000 points. And the thing about businesses, if you're a business that has a fuck ton of expenses, you're spending money anyway for your business. You might as well get you know what I mean? Like if you're in the credit repair, if you're in real estate, if you're doing construction, ads, you're spending $4 or $5K a month or even more.
Yeah.
You want to make sure whatever your business expense you're using is you tie it with whatever they're going to get the multiplier for. And then naturally every month you're going to get 20,000, 40,000 or whatever the multiplier. Let's say you're in trucking. Your biggest expense is gas. The business gold gives you 4x on the top 2 categories on gas. So up to 150K. So let's just say you spend 150K times 4. That's 600,000 on top of the sign-up bonus, right? 600,000 a year. And let's just say I divide that by a round trip of so let's say 88. I'm gonna say 180, right? That means you could take 3 round trips, theoretical, without any.
Yeah.
That's equivalent to close to maybe $30,000 of cash value on your vacation.
Yeah.
You know,
spend you're doing anyway, and yo, this is the thing that kind of like, I mean, it doesn't really get me tight because you can still manufacture spend and stuff like that, but everything about manufacture spending. But we run businesses, you know what I'm saying, and we have expenses. So I mean, you don't necessarily need to manufacture spend. Bam got me 100K points on my Amex. Oh, that's fire! That's fire. I'm about to screenshot that for you, Bam.
Thanks, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna spend the money anyway. You might as well get something in return. If you don't want to get something in return, DM me. I'll add you as an authorized user, and I'll just eat on your points and just sell me the fucking money because it's just leaving the table. And if you're a business that doesn't care about travel, even better. You got 600,000 points, right? You divide that. I mean, you times that by 0.01. That's equivalent to $6,000.
Okay.
You take that into your business, reinvest it into whatever you want, or if you want gift cards. You got $6,000 worth of gift cards. Give it to your staff. Where hey, whoever hits this bonus, boom, you just reinvest in your. Because remember, it's not a tax thing; it's a rebate.
Yeah.
So they get money back in a rebate. Now that you have that rebate, you can spend the money however you want. You can reinvest in your business, give it away for free, or it's free ads or free expense next month. Or if you're a business fucking person and you've never went on a vacation, you're gonna be stressed out. Take one vacation, $6,000. If you don't want to take the travel hacks, take your family away for a weekend. Pay for a hotel, whatever you want. Or if you don't want to do it, give it to charity or give it to us. We'll take it. We'll find a use for it. You know what I mean? So like, you got to understand, as a business, you're gonna have expenses, and you shouldn't be using a business checking account or a business debit card to pay for any expenses. And sometimes people's like, yeah, but if I use my credit card, they charge me fees. So what, bro? You can write off that interest and those fees on tax time. You know?
Yeah.
And if you have play and you have guaranteed money coming in, there are certain companies like not Plastique no more, Melio.
Plastique went bankrupt. Well, not them. I think their parent company went bankrupt.
Yeah,
that's something.
Yeah, because SVO was the bank that was banking them, the one that fell in Cali.
I think it was SBB. Yeah,
one of those banks with one. Yeah.
Right.
So the key thing is that if you want to get even more points and you don't mind paying the 3% fees or whatever, like you could literally just charge your card on one of these platforms, either ADP or one of these things, have them run payroll through that, charge your card, and it's great. And then you're just printing points. Yeah. And people are like, yo, but I don't want to spend too much of my money on my card. I'm like, you do. You know why? Because if you get a brand new card and you hit the max and you pay it off on time, what are they going to do? They're going to increase your
limits. So you're going to hit sign-up bonus. You're going to get higher limits. You get points off the back end. I mean, yeah.
And the best case scenario, let's just say you wait another year, you increase your cool, you want to do another round of funding. Right? Now they're going to be like, yo, your limit is 50K. Naturally, guess what your next card is going to be?
50K.
And then you got 50K, 0%. I'm not even like hustling or lying, just showing your books.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had a client right now who was like, yo, I need to pay my guys. Bro, I don't have the money. You got credit? Run it through PayPal. Really? Yeah, they take PayPal, right? PayPal might charge you 3% fee, but how much are you paying your guys? $4,000 cash? Bro, run it through PayPal, put your card, they charge your card $4,000, and now you got 4,000 points, and then you just pay your guys, and then whenever you get paid for your job, you pay yourself. He's like, oh shit, that's fucking genius. Yeah. So like, I mean, if you know how to use credit, because credit in the right hands is a tool, but in the wrong hands, you'll payment, you get into collections, you're making minimal payments. You know, I get it, life happens, things happen, but like, bro, if you know what to do and you know how to use it, you can crush it. You can crush it. And you're basically, if you're a successful business and you're making money and you're making ends meet and you're just constantly, you know, you're just printing points, you're printing money. And if you got staff, all right, I'm gonna put you as an authorized user, because instead of me sending you expenses, and every time they swipe, it's connected to your account. So whatever category they get, you get shit. So if I got an employee who gets gas, all right, I'm gonna make an authorized user my gold card. And then every time they swipe, it comes to me. I gotta pay it, but all those points hit to me. And if you're doing that on the business gold, if you want a metal card, it's $50. If you want to get the green card, it's free, but anything they spend still hits whatever categories is designed in your card. That's it.
Oh yeah, because people don't talk about the green card like that. I be forgetting about the green card. Everybody talk about the platinum gold.
Yeah, the
plum. The plum has been getting a lot more, I think, popularity just because you have a lot more people drop shipping, Shopify, the Amazon stuff. So you have to float the balance and not have to pay it in full. But the green card, a lot of people don't talk about. So I appreciate you bringing that up. Now that's super dope. Yeah, damn, bro, you dropped a lot. Like I've definitely got to rewatch this a couple of times.
No, because the thing is that like for instance, I'm working on building a course, right? Like I was telling you, it's like when someone asks me a question, we just talked about funding. Yeah. We just talked about picking the right credit card, let alone traveling, right? Because traveling is one aspect, then understanding how to pick the right flight.
A whole different.
So like, yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like, all right, I want to do a course, but I don't know what people don't know. Yeah. You know what I mean? I want to break it down to whatever you guys want. So if you follow me or you're not following, DM me like, yo, I want to learn this. I'll make a content video just for that because I make you guys happy.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like it's not a one-time thing. I'm just talking about Amex.
Yeah.
Then there's the same thing with Chase, with Capital One, with Citibank. There's a bunch of different things. So it's just like if you're able, I'm trying to figure out like, do I do a mentorship where it's like I'm breaking this up at every topic. Yeah. You guys at the end Q&A. Let's book a vacation. Where does someone want to go? I'm gonna walk you through what my step by step, and then it's all examples. But the one thing about travel, you need to know there has to be something called award availability.
Okay.
So award availability is like every airline has designed seats designated just for points, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's not just like anytime you can go because they'd rather make money on cash. You know what I mean?
Oh, true.
So I
didn't even think about that because if everybody was flying off of points, then they're not making no money.
Yeah. Because the thing is that, like, points is one thing. It's a currency, right? That the airlines that have credit cards, like a United, a Delta, all those, they, like, during COVID, people were using their points, and that helped keep Delta afloat during COVID. Because the credit card company has a relationship, and then they give the current whatever, right? Yeah. But the thing is that, like, you can always find award availability on their website or even the portal, but they're charging like 400,000.
Yeah.
So it's not worth it. Like for instance, if you saw my last post this week, my boy and his fiance went to Florence, right?
Okay, where's
Italy, right? So from JFK to Florence, when they checked their portal on Amex, they were asking for both people 200,000, right? Then when they found it through the transfer partners, they're like, oh, I found it for 80,000 a person. And I'm like, bro, I just found it with the transfer bonus because he gave me a list of all the points he had. It was 30,000 points, but because the transfer bonus came out to 26,000 points for two people to JFK to Florence.
Shit, I'm about to go get some pizza in Italy.
And how much it costs? $170 for two people. Both, not each, both, bro. Man. I'm just saying, like, if you know how to do it, you know what I mean, like. When we book a flight lab, I don't know, man. I just gotta figure out when someone wants to go on a vacation, I can look it up,
Yeah.
But the key thing is that when you want to book a flight, you have to see if there's award availability. Yeah. If there is availability, it's better. The times you can get lucky is like right before a flight, like this week, or if you look like 6 months in advance, because those people that want to get those business class flights, some of those ones that like you want to take a shower on Emirates, you know what I mean? Those are only on a specific route out of a specific airline, right? So not like, for instance, if you've been on a United flight, not every plane looks the same.
Like, can this video be saved? Yeah, for sure.
So like for instance, have you been on a United flight or American flight? What airline have you been
on? American recently. I'm not crazy about American. I mean, Sebas American. He American.
Because the thing is, because Sebas has status.
That blue because of the cookies, especially
Delta. JetBlue has the best snacks, bro. Hands down, best snacks. So, for instance, you've been on a JetBlue flight, right?
Yeah.
So, you know how each plane is a different size and they have different rows?
Yeah.
So each plane is designed for different routes, right? So, depending on the route, like Emirates has the plane you can take a shower. Singapore has the bed that's like you have a whole room.
Yeah, hold up. Which one is the one where, I don't know if you've seen the meme where they land? I mean, they don't land, but the guy's clapping, and it's really the couple that was next to him that put the sheet up.
Yeah. So that's you can do that. That's Qatar and Singapore.
Okay.
So that specific one, like the business class would be next to each other, and then you can open it up, and then you have like a whole bed for you and you. Yeah, Hot Club for sure. Or if you get the Emirates and you can take a shower, you can technically have two people in the bathroom and smash in the shower in the plane. But the key thing is that direct flight only flies on a specific airline. So you might be like, yo, I'm going to Emirates, but what airline is it? I mean, but is it Airbus or is it a different one? It's Airbus A380-800. If it's not that, you're not gonna get that experience of that design. And that flies specific routes. You know what I mean? So if you're not on that specific route, you're not getting on that plane. Because people need to understand when it comes to flying, there's something called hubs, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Airline has a hub, right? So if you're in New York, right, you see how there's an American hub, right? If you go somewhere that American flies to, like Miami, there's more flights from America. Yeah. If you go to JetBlue, there's more JetBlue's hub. So if you go from like JetBlue to Orlando or from Puerto Rico, you're going from hub to hub, you'll see more options and better service. But if you go to a place where you don't live like there's a hub, it's not worth it. So like I always tell people like, oh, do you recommend getting a credit card through the airline? I say yes if you want status or you want perks, they'll give you a free carry-on, sure. But the thing is that if you live in an area where there's a hub, then you'll get more flights to that. Like I'm not gonna get an American one because I have to go all the way to Queens. Jersey's United. Yeah. United sucks, but that's where I live. Yeah. But if you live in a certain place, like Atlanta is a Delta hub, so it would benefit you to have a Delta card if you're constantly going to,
Wait, so what means then? I mean, what's New York? Because I fly out of LaGuardia usually.
So LaGuardia has a few. They're more of an American. You know what I mean? They also have some Delta. Queens has American. They have Delta. So yeah, the shower in the plane is insane. If you Google Emirates A380-800 shower, you can literally like you make a reservation, you go in there, you take a shower. Yo, bro, who the fuck showers on a plane? That's insane. That's fucking crazy shit.
Yo, what we should do is, bro, I feel like we should book like a group or like a group trip, like off of points. Just like me, you, Flick, Seba, book like a group trip off of
and it should have cost us more than like 100 total.
I'll be lit.
Yo, honestly, man, and the thing is that like, bro, right now, you saw my thing in Miami, it's $5.60 per one way. And I always recommend people do a one way because when you do one way to a round trip, they'll charge more, Oh yeah, another thing, get free check bags. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with American, but if you fly business, that shit is complimentary. You know what I mean? If you buy a business, so in order to get lounge access, right? Mm-hmm. You need to either A, have the top tier card, like Advantage, the one that you pays with the free Admirals Club. You need to either A or B, you have to buy a business or first class ticket that comes complimentary with lounge access. Okay. Or have a credit card like the top three that give you lounge access with their membership. It comes complimentary. So I basically will pay $6.95 for Amex, and I'll get to the airport 3 hours early, and I'll just lounge up and just get one lounge. Yeah. Yo, and then the thing is, for instance, JFK is a Delta and American hub. Okay. Right? So they're gonna have their lounges be top tier compared to one in another place. Yeah. So
that makes sense. Yeah,
you know what I mean? So people tell me, yo, $6.95 is worth it. I'm like, bro, you go to the airport, you buy a bottle of water. How much is that? $10? Yeah. At the stores, it comes complimentary when you go into the lounge. You can eat, you can drink, free Wi-Fi. Take a shower, you can nap, get massages. That's free liquor. There's everything. Like if you travel at least 2 or 3 times a year, it's worth it.
I be getting lit, bro. I be getting lit before my flights. Lounge. I'm in the lounge. I'm eating the food. I'm bringing bananas on the plane with me. I'm chilling. Yeah.
And the thing, in business class, you can when I was in Singapore, flying back, they just came with whatever you want to drink as much as you want. I was getting a house on wine. I don't even drink wine like that. I was getting ripped
like that,
bro. Yo, I'm in bed. I go to the bathroom. They make my bed for me. I'm sleeping. Fucking all right. I went to the Philippines in May, right? My friends are like, bro, how can you be on a plane for 23 hours? I'm like, bro, I fell asleep for like 11. I got drunk and I watched a Fast 5 movie or a Marvel movie. That's 4 hours right there each. And I'm right there, bro. I was passed out, face down, drooling. Like that's how comfortable I was. I was not out. You know what I mean? Like, bro, flying 20 hours to Japan, 12 hours to Japan or whatever is one thing. Economy.
Not doing that. I'm not doing that unless I'm cozy. I gotta be cozy.
And that's another thing too. Don't always get a business class ticket because not every plane has beds. You want a flight with a bed or a lay back. Because now if you go to Miami, business class or first class is just a leather seat with a little bit more room.
Yeah.
It's not. Don't use your points for more than 6 hours or 7 hours, like transatlantic, like from here to Europe, here to South America, Africa. Then it's worth it. Like from here to like Denver might not be worth it. Cali, you could if you want it, but then like
it's kind of a waste a little bit,
in my opinion. But the key thing is too, you want to make sure you look at the flight that you're on, and look at the bed if they have a bed. Not every flight has a bed, and not every bed reclines. They'll be like, it's first class, but it's just like you can just kick your legs up. Other ones you got to like transform it, and it goes into like a full ass bed. And put on these planes are they're good. They have like 3-4 course meals. I was like, what is happening? I got so fat. I was at the lounge eating, and I get on the plane. They're like, okay, sir, caviar. Oh, you want this? You want this dessert? I'm like, bro, I'm fucking stuffed. The salad.
Take it.
Yeah, no. And then they give you the amenity kits with like moisturizer, nighttime shit, slippers, socks, pajamas.
When that's cozy like that.
Dude, honestly, man. And the best thing is that like, you know how like Steve Harvey and them say like, oh, go on one ticket once and it motivates you. Like, rent out that Lambo so you can strive that, bro. Once you go business, you'll never want to go to economy ever again. So either A, get more points, or B, hustle harder to just fucking pay it. Like, who gives a
Yeah.
And yeah, dude, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I'm gonna go to like Vegas, it's not worth me.
That's different. Yeah. Because I feel like it's domestic. It's not really a far flight and stuff like that. Yo, Bam, I definitely want to plan like a group trip.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the process.
You gotta be in your Discord. You can't just let anybody go. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Listen, make sure if you're not in the free community, right? Bams, he drops a lot of gems in the free group. We got a couple people on here as part of the free group. Shout out to Flick. Flick is a beast. Flick is a beast. But yeah, listen, we got a free credit community, right? More than welcome to join. People like me, people like Bam, who's beast for the travel. Of course, I do the funding, helping entrepreneurs secure the bag for their business. And we definitely have to plan like a trip, like a mastermind, like a few weeks. You know what I'm saying? We, book straight off of points, right? We fly off of points, we stay off of points, just pay taxes. That would be fine.
Yeah, and the one thing too is that you want to remember, a lot of these cards, right? Mm-hmm. They give you Uber credit, so you need a ride to the airport, boom's included. They give you global entry or clear, so fucking skip the line, bro.
Yeah, you want to take your shoes off? Nothing.
Bro. I go with my friends like, yo, we're gonna meet you at the gate. I'm like, bro, I got business class. I have my own lane. I go priority pass. I literally, when I went to Brazil, from the Uber to the gate, from the Uber to the lounge, it took me 6 minutes.
That's wild.
I was a bunch of people in the handicap chairs and like, no, sir, you have priority. You skip everybody. I was like, all right, my bad. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm sorry, but bro, it comes complimentary with the card. The card pays for itself, Yeah. And if you're one of those people listening right now and you don't have a business or you're shy, you don't have to go business class. I use 70,000 points to go to 80,000 points to go to Asia. But 80,000 points, you can get like 4 or 5 round trips an economy. You don't have to do, you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like if you're new, like, hey, I have 80,000 points. Do I want to take one business class trip or do I want to take 4 or 5 round trips economy? It's up to you. Whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, once you get a taste of that champagne, it's nothing like it, bro. But either way, the same philosophy works. Is maybe you got a family, you got your wife and your kids, and you don't want, you don't want to send your wife and kids in economy while you're in business. So you
You got to upgrade them. Listen, family got to stick together.
So you guys, like, you can still get on a flight, and if you're one of those people who doesn't have a business and you're listening in right now, look, if you buy groceries and go to the supermarket or you eat out a lot, the Amex Gold is personal. It's gonna be perfect, and you can take a flight for you, your boo, your man, your kids. At least it covers one round way or one way. There, you're saving yourself money. Mm-hmm. One trip a year, even if you don't use your card at all. Perfect. Stack it. Next thing you know, you have 200,000 points. You can do a lot with that. You can get a whole hotel vacation all for free. Well, not free. It's
But yeah,
taxes. That's it. And some hotels don't even charge taxes. You know what I mean? So like, it's going to be a huge thing. Anybody have any questions? Or I don't know if you know.
yeah. Listen, you guys, because we got a few more minutes. I have a lot. I got to jump on at 8. But listen, make sure you drop your questions. If you don't have your questions answered, then definitely join the free group. The link is in my bio, or just DM me the word free, and I'll put you into that free group. It's a credit community, right, where we're showing entrepreneurs and business owners how to get funding, to grow their business. And of course, we have meetups. We had a free event that a few of us met up at here in Manhattan, in New York, right? So we're just connected, collaborating, stuff like that. Obviously, we got BAMS in there, and BAMS is definitely a beast, to say the least, when it comes to the travel hacking. But we can talk travel all day, every day. I definitely got to get, more acclimated with the travel. My girls are asking me, listen, we got to go on a vacation. We need a vacation, right? We just made 2 years today. Still never been on a vacation. We definitely appreciate that, bro. So we definitely, gotta catch a flight. But I don't know if we're gonna have any questions.
Me, follow me. I'm gonna be posting stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
please listen to that drop down, please. If you follow me and you're not following BAMS, you're doing yourself a disservice. Hit that drop down. Make sure you follow BAMS. Make sure you show him some love. Hit him up. Hey BAMS, I appreciate hopping on live. Showing love. And he's definitely an open book, right? If you hit him up, ask him a few questions. He'll make videos on it and stuff like that. Scroll through his page. He has a lot of great knowledge that he drops. But BAMS, listen, I definitely appreciate you, bro. We definitely got to pull up to the office too, bro. We got to chop it up.
Oh, I got to go back. And guys, please join. If you're thinking about, if you don't have a business but want a business and thinking about it, join the community. It's you lose nothing, bro. It's free.
Free.
Just trust me, because you're gonna regret it. And then the stuff you learn now, in the next 6 months to a year, you can set it off. We're all helping each other, man. So definitely join.
Exactly. But yo, listen, this is another dope episode of Convos with Cam. I have Convos with Cam every Monday at 7 p.m. Just highlighting entrepreneurs, breaking down their story. We really didn't get into your story too much, so we may have to bring you back for a round 2, right? Because I definitely want to know the backstory. How Dr. BAMS became Dr. BAMS, and how you're doing what you're doing now. But yo, I definitely appreciate you, bro. Yo, shout out to everybody who joined. If you're watching a replay, make sure you drop a money bag in the chat so you tapped in, and of course, make sure you join the free community so we can turn up the rest of 2023. Yo, BAMS, I appreciate you. Oh, what community is that? Sorry, came late. Oh, I got you. Right. So I have a free credit community. Oh,
don't think about it. Just join it. Just join it.
Don't even think. Right. So it's me and my boy Sebas. Sebas, he was on here in the comments. He's right there. Sebas Loans. He's a beast when it comes to the funding as well. Right. That's my business partner, my brother. He's like family to me. And we wanted to launch a free community just for people like yourself, who may want to learn more about credit. Learn more about building. Having good personal credit, good business credit, so we can use OPM to grow our business and not have to use our own cash. Wendy, what's going on? Right? But listen, we're about to get off this. I'm going to save this. Yo, listen, make sure, once again, if you haven't already, hit that drop down. Make sure you follow BAMS. Make sure you show them some love. And I'll see you guys next Monday at 7 p.m. for Convos with Cam.
Later. Thank you.